Very good morning, class 7 students. How are you all? Hope you all are keeping yourself safe indoor and doing the necessary things strictly to avoid the infection of COVID-19. Please follow the instructions supplied by the authority. Be serious about it. Don't be casual. Now let us move in our studies. Today we are going to start chapter 4 in science. Name of the chapter is heat. In this chapter, we are going to learn these following points. After introduction of the chapter, we will learn about what does it mean by hot and cold. Next, heat, concept of heat and its flow. That is heat flow in solid, heat flow in liquids, flow of heat without medium, and effects of heat. Next, we will learn about measurement of heat. Under measurement, we are going to learn about the description of clinical thermometer, laboratory thermometer, and conversion of temperature scales. Then materials and their heating property. Finally, circulation of heat in the atmosphere. So at the end of this lesson, you will be able to answer questions from these topics. First, let us start with some daily life experience. When we rub your hands against each other, they get warm. Look at the first picture. When you rub your hands against each other, they get warm. It's our daily life experience. It is because here heat is produced due to the loss of the kinetic energy of the hands. Kinetic energy is that form of energy which is produced due to some mechanical activity or some physical activity. Similarly, when a nail is hammered into a log of wood, it also gets warm. Here also a part of the mechanical energy of the hammer gets converted into heat. When water is stirred vigorously in a mixture, not only water, any other material, if it is stirred vigorously in a mixture, it gets warm. In scooters, buses, cars, etc., the fuel, that is petrol or diesel, is burnt. The heat produced by burning of these fuels is converted into mechanical energy by the engine. So all these examples show that heat is produced whenever some other form of energy is used up or some other form of energy is obtained when the heat energy is used up. Therefore, heat is a form of energy. I repeat, heat is a form of energy which causes the sensation of hotness and coldness. The idea of heat will be more clear to you if you look at this activity. For this activity, we have to take 3 containers and arrange them in a row on the table. In the first container, we will fill some ice cold water. First container is marked as A. In second container, that is container B, we will put some tap water. And in container C, that is the third one, we will put some hot water in it. Now we will start the activity. First, you have to dip your left palm in the cold water and your right palm in the hot water. That is, dip your left palm in container A and your right palm in container C at the same time, and keep them dipped for some time. After some time, take out both of your palms and put them together in the container containing tap water, that is container B. What would be the sensation? The tap water will feel warm to the left hand and cold to the right hand. It's a very interesting activity. You can easily perform at home. So what would be the observation? When you will put your both the hands in container B containing tap water, you will feel warm in the left hand and cold in the right hand. So the point is, same water appears cold and warm both at the same time. Why it is so? It is because hot and cold are the relative sensation of our body. Okay? I repeat, hot and cold are relative to the sensation your body feel or detect. Now let's see what does it mean by hot and cold. You know that our body has a fairly constant temperature, and when you have illness or fever, your body temperature rises. So hot and cold are sensations that our body detects or we feel with respect to our surroundings. Like during summer, our surroundings become hotter than our body and we feel hot, like nowadays. Whereas during winter, surroundings become colder than our body and we feel cold. So hot and cold are therefore relative terms in relation to our body temperature. However, our body is the perfect in differentiating hot and cold. It's not perfect in differentiating hot and cold. In the previous activity, we have seen that our body is not perfect in differentiating hot and cold. At the same time, we are feeling hot and cold in both of our hands. Now let's see what are the units by which we can measure this hotness or coldness of any object. There are two main types of units for measuring heat. Non-SI unit, that is the units which are commonly used, and SI units. SI units are the most used units, worldwide used unit, which is called standard unit. Calorie or kilocalorie, these are older units, whereas joule is the standard unit which is used worldwide. Here is a representation of relationship between joule and calorie. 1 kilocalorie is equal to 1000 calorie. If we express in joule, then it would be multiplied with 4.184 joule is equal to 4184 joule. 1 calorie is equal to therefore 4.184 joule. So this is the relationship that you have to learn between calorie and joule. Now we will learn about the different temperature scales. Okay, now can you say what is it? Yes, already it is written. It's a clinical thermometer used by the doctors. It is made up of glass, inside which there is a very fine tube containing the liquid metal mercury.